All right. I'm pretty much at the end of the universal laws. Gonna try to get through this uh, fairly quickly. Don't run too long. Basically, just trying to just point out the bullet point materials of these. You can always go back, get into that. We can share knowledge on that, exchange ideas, information, and all that. But yeah. So we all the way down to 7, which is gender, which is such a big deal nowadays, I guess, with people and their freedom to express themselves. You know, more power to you. I'm just going to talk about the universal laws that basically tell me that when I take a plug and take another plug and try to put them together to get energy, I get nothing. When I take a plug, the male, the phallic symbol, and take the whole of the female receptacle, now I got juice, right? A man parts protrude out. The woman takes in, okay? She would be the magnetism. She would be the magnetism. We would be the electricity. So there you already have it right there. That's another key. You know what I'm saying? Electromagnet, electromagnetics. You know what I'm saying? Well, you can go proton, electron, how you want to do it. But when it comes to magnetism and electricity, magnetism is the pulling in force. You know, that would be closer to gravity, something that pulls in, lowers. All right, so gender, interdependent. This is what I determine it as in a nutshell: interdependent, complementary halves. It would be no different than this symbol that everybody knows here. You know, right? I'm calling the star David, blah blah blah. You know, but this is what it is. You know, that represents the phallic symbol. That represents the woman. Okay, so that's man, that's woman, and we're talking about how our orientations are. This is how the design was. In this body, you know, this is the nurturer. She's the nurturer. You know, we're the protectors. We're the more warrior. You know, warrior. We got the fire energy. The fire. This is water. This is water. See, you can do it the same way with the elements. This is fire. Man is fire. We fire and wind. The wind means mind, mental, fire, and then you got water, and then of course earth. You know, earth. They all about home. Earth, Mother Earth. So, the mind is the father. The water and the earth is the mother. Those are the gender principles, and just like what goes up must come. So down. Gender, as you can see. Sorry, I had to turn away for a long time, but it ain't about me. It's about the information anyway. So let's go in here. Let's see. I had a couple things to say on this. The law of gender principle deals with the intrinsic dual nature of creation and its complementary halves expressed as the feminine and the masculine aspects contained within all of us. This law is not to be confused with phallic based nor vulva based cults that are glorified one aspect over the other. So this discussion won't be relegated to this the sexual aspect. But the spiritual aspect, the emotional aspect, the mental aspect, anytime you have a coming together, then it's going to deal with gender. Somebody might be more passive, you might be an extrovert, they might be an introvert. And you put that together and you make a great movie. See what I'm saying? I say, yeah, the battle of the sexes is a distorted view that has been taken by those who did not recognize their counterparts as equal, so they suppressed them or they chose to ignore them. Let's go. The Kabbalion says gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine. Okay, we already got that. Uh, it says basically the principle embodies that truth, there is gender manifest in everything. So that's based on the physical aspect. And most people don't know all babies are basically neutral those first couple weeks, first trimester of the fetal development. Basically, it's more androgynous, more female. And then unless you get that surge of um, testosterone further in the birth process in the fetal development, then that'll turn into a boy. Okay, instead of growing inward, he grow outy instead of an innie. You know, just like a key needs a lock. Can't have one without the other. It wouldn't even make sense. But we got to understand, like, don't over-identify with the physical part because your emotional, your caring, your empathetic, your compassionate side, that's your feminine side. That's already within you too. It don't matter. Hitler, he had a compassionate side. He loved his mother, he hated his daddy. So he had some compassion there, it was just misused, misdirected. So yeah, you got to get in touch with basically, you know, the woman has to get in touch with her more logic and rational side, you know what I mean? More boxed in kind of thinking. Not boxed in, should I say more straight to the point. Yeah, you know, solution based thinking. And then we need to get into our emotional side as men sometimes so we can empathize and take off that tough exterior, you know what I mean? Tough guy shit. We was all taught that watching the movie and shit. You know, that's just what it was. So as you develop and you get higher in these levels of learning and self-learning, self-knowledge, you know, all of these things become easy. Really. I mean, easy. You can't tempt me no more, cause and effect. You know, I'm pretty much not controlling that whole thing, but I got a good effect on that. I move a certain way. You're not gonna pull me back and forth between poles. I'm vibing, I'm letting out good energy, getting it back. I understand in relationships from the smallest bug to the biggest tree, to the smallest atom, to the biggest star. And then we already know it's all in the mind. So yeah, you know, we ain't gonna get too more deep into the gender. It's pretty much, you know, these are signs are everywhere. The one last sign, everybody know, the vesicle Pisces, you know, this one here, you know, there you go. See, that's the vulva, you know. It's gonna also be the eye. It's the MasterCard, you know, MasterCard credit card, they use that. A lot of companies use it. You'll see the two circles that create the eye, the oval in the middle. That's the vulva, right? That's the portal into this world, and the black hole back out this world, right? Black hole in, black hole out. We come into a false light through the black hole. Hopefully, you can get to the real light through the next black hole. I would say don't go towards any light that you see when you get out the body, because you got this little light of mine. You're supposed to let that shine. Everything else might be a distraction. You know, they know how to lure bugs to the zapper by using certain frequencies of light. So we probably want to stay away from that. But yeah. And the last thing they say, this pretty cool. This is pretty crazy here. It says, we caution you that this principle has no reference to the many base, pernicious, and degrading lustful theories, teachings, and practices which are taught under fanciful titles and which are a prostitution of the great natural principle of gender. So basically, like, the lady is the whore of Babylon. The lady is got to wear the scarlet letter. She's always the abomination. She's the reason. You know, Eve. She's the. They flipped it on you when it turned patriarchal, because mostly it started off matriarchal. Because shit, if it was patriarchal from the start, we probably would have destroyed this shit a long time ago. And we have done that plenty of times, and we ain't gonna get into all of that. But yeah, so the matriarchal is, you know, all loving, man. Big mama energy. Keep the family together. You know, men, we more exploration. We go out, man. We trying to find out what's happening. They cool chilling, you know, cleaning greens, man, talking around the table, playing spades. And then it says basically, so after that, I digress. Such base revivals of the ancient infamous forms of phallicism, the male phallic, tend to ruin mind, body, and soul. And the Hermetic philosophy has ever sounded the warning note against these degraded teachings which tend toward lust, licentiousness. That means license, wanting behavior you can do with license, but it's terrible behavior you're doing. That's the whole word, license, licentious. And we all got to get licenses. You need to look that up too. And perversion of nature's principles. If you seek such teachings, you must go elsewhere for them, because Hermeticism contains nothing for you along these lines. To the pure, all things are pure. To the base, all things are base. That's real. So that's basically just as a quick synopsis. 7 universal laws. It's more than that, you know, they say. The 8th one, most people say now, is creation or growth. But yeah, I mean, like I said, these are universal laws for this realm. Who knows what it is in another portion of the infinite landscape of pure awareness and the creator. Who knows? But for the one we living in, this pretty much adds up. And this is showing you how the Matrix talked about the battery concept, you know, the ebb and flow of energy, civilizations rise, they fall. So all you need to understand at the deeper level is all of these things happening as above, so below. So let's just say this realm is the mid realm, you know, one level above hell. This might be the penthouse of what you would consider hell. What hell just means ignorance. It means to veil something, to conceal something, to it, you know. So that's what hell means, based on the etymology. It comes from the Proto-Indo-European word kel, K-E-L, to conceal, right? Basically, if you conceal the knowledge, then I become ignorant. So that's what this whole realm is based on, a lot of ignorance, right? We got amnesia. That's why we're trying to figure this out thousands of years after the people figured it out and they forgot it. You see, like I said, rhythm, all the greatest kingdoms, Egypt, 5,000 years, Sumerian, 5,000 years, the great Indian was 3,000 years, the Greeks, 2,000 years. All of those, they lasted a long time, long time. You got to think in reference. The U.S. was founded in 1776, so we're about what, 250 years old? That's it. And look how much turmoil is here already. It's crazy. But back then, these things were 1,000 years old, thousand, man. And they still fail. This thing is a program. At the end of the day, these laws, this is the program. That's what it is. It's the program. And this is the code. The codes of the program. All right? And that's why people are cracking the code. That's your job, to crack the code. My bad, that's your job, cracking the job. Crack the code. There you go. Because we all dealing with free spirits, baby. Yeah, free spirits, pure hearts. And what? Clear minds. That's my trifecta right there. Free spirit, pure heart, and clear mind. I do my best to try to maintain all of them. The weakest one I'm probably at is this right here, clear mind. Sometimes you get overwhelmed with this information. Sometimes you might be partying too much. Yeah, free spirit for sure. Trying to help and share this information with each and every one of us. We all in this together. Pure heart for sure. Yeah, ain't no hate in my heart. I understand. Even the devil, Lucifer, Yaldabaoth, anybody he thought was evil, evil equals ignorance. I just told you. At the end of the day, evil equals ignorance, man. This is just how it is. Back to a blank slate, baby. Erase all the bullshit. All deconstruct, deprogram, then reprogram. See, here you gotta have some type of program. Everybody running off a certain program.